Y'all, I found my soulmate. I really do believe this is my soulmate for real.
And the recipe so it can be marinated. The actual beef. Duchess!
Hey y'all, it's your girl Duchess. Before I get started, I want to pause for a few seconds just to give y'all time to hit that subscribe button. And at the end of the video, I want y'all to like my video and share it, comment. I want all that. So I'm going to pause for a few seconds. Thank you for hitting that subscribe button for me. And that's good for y'all because I don't want y'all to miss anything, any of my podcasts or any of my videos I post. So I really do hope that you all subscribe. So on this episode, I want to talk about my love life. I have had plenty of boyfriends, relationships in the past, like everyone else. And I just want to tell y'all, I just want to give y'all a brief summary of my past relationships and who I'm with now. I think I'm with my soulmate. Like, I really believe this is my soulmate for real. Alright, so I'm going to go back to when I was in, I think, high school, middle school. I think it was middle school. So, you have, like, kiddie relationships growing up, like, in elementary school, and you will say that that's your boyfriend, girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. But my real relationship was when I was in middle school, and he was actually my older brother friend at the time. So his friend used to come over on the regular. So I started finding interest in him. And I started like trying to be in my brother's room all the time and just be under them. So one day, his friend had came over when he got off of work. He was working at McDonald's at the time, and his friend came over to play the game and stuff. So I have been in my brother's room, and I was like, just trying to think of an excuse or something. So I think I had said something about I needed some money for school for tomorrow or something like that. So his friend was like, how much you need? And I was like, I didn't ask you, I asked my brother. And he was like, how much do you need? So I never did answer him. So he got up and gave me $20, and he said this should cover you for lunch for the rest of the week. I said, are you sure? He said, yeah, and he gave me the $20. So after that day, me and him just found, I guess, like us talking a little more, like meeting each other at the bus stop and going outside, meeting each other outside, just talking, and then somehow we made it official. And after that, like, he was my first kiss, but it wasn't even like we was all lovey-dovey, because when I got my first kiss, I was actually mad at him. And he came to the bus stop one day when I was picking up my little sister from the bus stop. He came to the bus stop and was like, can I talk to you? I was like, no. And he was like, man, I need to talk to you about something. So he talked to me. He told me what was going on. And long story short, he ended up giving me my first kiss. It was actually on my birthday. I think I was turning maybe 13 or 14, and that was my first kiss. After that, because we had moved from being around him, so after that, I had a friend, and he was telling me that he had another friend that he wanted to introduce me to. So he introduced me to his friend, and me and this guy, we started talking every day. We like talking on the phone because we didn't live near one another, and he didn't have transportation. I didn't have transportation at the time. But when I finally got an aide, I asked my aide to take him to his house. And from there, me and him just made it official because I would go over there like every day or every other day and just to see him. So me and him was together for about maybe a year and a half. And we broke up because one day I went over there and he was asking his mom for some cigarettes. His mom said no, go ask your dad. His dad said no, for some money for some cigarettes. So my boyfriend at the time, he was all upset and cussing his mama out or whatever. And then after I seen all that, I was like, oh, I can't deal with that. I can't be with you because ain't no telling how you gonna treat me in the long run. So that was it. After that, I met this other guy, and me and him started talking like every day. But eventually he got locked up. When he got locked up, he had somebody contact me and to get my number or something. So after he got my number, we started talking like every day, basically all day while he was locked up. I went to go visit him. I think I sent him money a few times, but I'm not for sure. But I went to go visit him on the regular, like almost every weekend or every other weekend. And when it was time for him to come home, he was telling me that we was going to be together when he got home and blah, 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 blah. So the day of his release day, I woke up around 4 o'clock that morning to go see him come out the gate. When I get there, his mom pulls up. His mom was there to pick him up. I wasn't aware of that, but his mom was there to pick him up. So his mom was like, because I had got dropped off. Transportation dropped me off. If y'all don't know, I am physically disabled. I have a disability called arthrogryposis. It's a muscle nerve disorder. I have limited mobility in my arms and legs. So I need help. I need a lot of help. But if you want to know more about my disability, you can go back to my past videos and watch those so you can hear more about my disability. So back to the story. So the mom was like, how you gonna get home? And I was like, well, my aide is on the way to come get me or whatever. So she was like, okay. So when he got out the gates, he gave me a hug, gave me a kiss, and we waited a little while longer, but my aide never showed. So so they put me in the car, and I'm calling my aide because he was like, he wants to spend time with his family. He want to go home, take a shower, get something to eat, and he's gonna call me later so we can meet back up. I said, okay, cool. So I called my aide to see where she was at, and we met my aide at the gas station. And while he was transferring me to the other car, my aide and his mama was talking one-on-one, and apparently his mama told my aide that he was just using me. He didn't want to really be with me or whatever, but I didn't know any of that. So I get in the car, and he gave me a hug and a kiss. It felt like a goodbye forever, but I didn't pay that no mind. I just was so excited or whatever. So he gave me a hug and a kiss and was like, I'm gonna call you later. I said, okay, cool. So I waited for maybe like 4 hours later, and I called him. He not answering the phone. I called his mama. She not answering the phone. So I'm texting. I'm like, we're never gonna meet back up because it's getting late or whatever. And then also he had a surprise welcome home party that I knew about and I wanted to go to. So from him not responding back to me, I just got like upset, and I was starting to get hurt or whatever. So So, long story short, that didn't work out. After that relationship, I moved again with my family, and my family, like, while I was in the house with my family, I met this other guy, and me and him lived right across the street from each other. And we was talking, like, this was when I was about maybe 16, 17, and now I'm in my 30s. So, when I met him, I used to always say, like, he is so cute, he is so cute, he is so cute. So, me and him became friends, but I never told him that I had a crush on him. So, I known him for a while, and maybe when I was about 23, I believe, he had got locked up. And I had seen that on social media that he was locked up. So I had commented under a picture and was like, "What you did now?" And maybe like a few days later or a few weeks later, I get a phone call from a number that I didn't recognize. And he was on the other line. And he was like, I've been trying to find you for a while, and I could never find you, but I'm glad I found you now. Long story short, we started talking every day, and he begged me to be his girl. So I was like, okay, we can try it out, because I always had a crush on you. So while I was in a relationship with him, I get a inbox in my messenger from this girl. And she was like, "Do you know such and such? He say that y'all together, but he's also telling me we together, and he loved me. He want to be with me when he come home, blah, 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 blah." But I didn't believe her, only because I had a crush on him since I was 16 years old. So I just thought that she was like one of them girls that's jealous or whatever. So I was like, I didn't pay it no mind. So when it was time for him to come home, he came home. We went out to eat and everything, but we didn't go out to eat alone. He brought his god brother to go out to eat with us. And I was like, why are you bringing your god brother, and this will be minding your time? And he was like, because my brother haven't eaten. Like, he just gave excuses or whatever. So when we got back home from eating, he gonna say that he want to go pick up his daughter from school. He was locked up for 5 years, and he just wanted to. He told me he just wanted to spend time with his daughter one-on-one or whatever. So I was like, okay, that's fine. And he asked me to take my van, and I said, yeah, that's fine. I didn't think that I would be staying home all day that day by myself. He didn't come back to the house until 2 o'clock the next morning. And he was trying to be all lovey-dovey and all that. But I didn't want to be bothered. So, long story short, me and him didn't work out. And while he was locked up, I had met, he had a friend that used to call me for him from time to time. And me and that friend, we became like kind of cool, close or whatever. Like, to this day, I call him my brother. So one night I was all distraught, crying, depressed, and I had thought about going to a busy street near my place at the time. So I was trying to go kill myself. Right before I opened my door, his friend which I call my brother now. He called me. He was like, what you doing? And I was like, I'm about to go outside. He's like, about to go outside and do what? It's dark outside. Ain't this late? What are you about to do? And I was like, I'm about to go kill myself. He was like, what do you mean? And I said, it was nice knowing you. Thank you for being the friend that I needed or whatever to help me through this time. And I hung up on him. After I hung up on him, he blew my phone up. And that stopped me from going out to kill myself. So after all that, me and my brother, he would call and check up on me from every day. So eventually I was like, I started getting bored because I really had too many friends or anything to hang out with. So I started getting bored, and I was like, bro, hook me up with somebody. Well, not hook me up with somebody, but I want to be friends with somebody I can talk to on the regular. I know you have some friends that's locked up with you that I can just be friends with or whatever. He was like, okay, you don't want no relationship. And I said no. So he said, okay, give me a while, and I'll find you somebody to talk to on the regular or whatever. And I said, okay, cool. Maybe 6 months go past, and I'm asking my brother, I'm like, what's going on? Well, I haven't found me to anybody yet. And he was like, you impatient. And I said, what do you mean? He said, you just want someone to use you for your money or to use you just in general? I was like, no. He was like, exactly. So let me take my time and find somebody to introduce you to somebody you can vibe with or whatever. And I was like, bro, I just want somebody to talk to, a friend. I don't want no relationship. I'm done with guys being locked up in a relationship and being in a relationship with. He said, okay, but still give me a few more weeks, and I'll see what I can do. So maybe like a month or two go past, and I'm asking him again, bro, you found me somebody yet? He said, man, you so impatient. So he had told me to email one of his homeboys, and I emailed, and then like a few days later after that, I asked him again. I was like, man, you playing? Why you playing? Like I just need a friend to talk to or whatever. He was like, man, all right. So he told me to email the same friend again and tell this friend to call me. So I was like, all right, what time to call? He was like, this ain't for me. This is for you. I was like, what do you mean? He said you say you want somebody to talk to on the regular. This is that guy. And I was like, why you can't? I was like, okay, so you're gonna be on the phone, right? You're gonna introduce us, right? He was like, no, you're gonna do all that. I was like, how? I was like, how is that gonna work? He said when he called you, just say that I'm trying to introduce y'all. And I didn't feel comfortable. I kept on begging my brother to call at the same time. At the same time the guy called, because they was at two different facilities. So my brother was like, okay, I'm gonna call at such and such time. Tell him to call such and such time. So I did, and the dude called me, but my brother didn't call when he said he was gonna call. So the dude was like, okay, the dude was like, is my brother on the phone? I said no. He said, okay, well just email me again, let me know when to call again. I said, okay. So, and then he was getting ready to hang up. I was like, hold up. He was like, what's up? I was like, he is actually trying to introduce me and you. He was like, oh, for real? I was like, yeah. He was like, how you doing? I was like, I'm good, because mind you, when I first answered the phone, he didn't say, hey, how you doing, or nothing. He just was like, is my brother on the phone? So he was like, hey, how you doing? And I was like, I'm good. And he was like, bro's trying to introduce us. I said, yeah. He was like, why is that? I was like, because I told my brother that I need a friend I can talk to on the regular. He said, you just want a friend, no relationship? I said, no relationship. He said, that's fine with me, because I have time And I don't want a relationship neither. I'm doing this on my own. I don't want a relationship, but I do want a friend. I would like a friend to talk to or whatever from time to time. I said, okay, that's fine. So me and him became friends, talking basically. Well, when we first started talking, we started talking like once a week, and then it went on from once a week to twice a week to 3 times a week to 4 times a week, and before you know it, we was talking like every day to all day, literally all day, from the time he wake up in the morning to the time they had to lock down at night, all day long. But mind you, we both said that we don't want to be in a relationship. Eventually, he started asking me to be his girl. So I was like, nah, I just want to be friends. And then I was in school as well as well too, and I didn't want to be distracted. So I was like, nah, I'm in school. I want to focus. I want to keep my focus on school. I don't want no distractions or anything. And he was like, well, I won't be a distraction. Actually, I like school, so I can help you with your homework if you ever need help. But I just kept on saying, no, I don't want to be your girl. Long story short, me and him are still together up to this day. And I can honestly say that I really do believe he is my true soulmate. But it's just crazy on how we became a couple. Like, neither one of us want a relationship. But look where we at now. Me and him been together for 3 years. And he has done more for me than anybody else I have ever dealt with a day in my life. He's there emotionally. When I'm upset, when I have my anxiety times, he's there to calm me down. He's not here physically yet, but I do believe, and I have been praying that he'll be released soon. But he's in there for a long time. But we hoping because of these bills passing, he will get released. But we had discussed, because he knows that I want my own family and everything. But we discussed that if he's not home within the next few years, I'm going to have to move on. And he understands that. And he also told me that if that is the case, he reassured me that he will always be here for me no matter what. And I told him the same thing. But we are good. Like, this is the happiest I've ever been. Yes, it would be nice if he was here physically, but he's not right now. He's here for me in so many other ways. And that's what I love about him. Like, he calls me, his nickname for me is Duchess. That's how I got my nickname from him. He called me Duchess because he says that I'm always sitting on my throne. I'm bossy. I don't take nothing from nobody, and I always want my way. Which that is all true. But I'm not gonna keep on talking your head off. But y'all gonna meet him soon because he do want me to record our conversations sometimes, and he wants to introduce himself as well, and also tell you in his words how we met. Y'all gonna trip. But I love him. That's my man. Like, that's my baby. I love that man to death. And we have talked about getting married, having kids, all that. But like I said, I'm gonna keep on talking your head off. I just want y'all to make sure you subscribe, you comment, you share, and But please make sure you subscribe because you're going to be missing some juicy conversations. Until next time, it's your girl, Duchess.